Hello and welcome back to another video. It's been 2 weeks since my last predictions for an F1 race, but we are back now for the Australian Grand Prix. This is going to be a very interesting race. Well, Max Verstappen will probably win, but other than that, it should be really interesting. Australia is normally quite a good race. With all the chaos last season, I have no idea how Verstappen was still the race winner, but he was. So that's not ideal. But yeah, let's get into the predictions now. That's enough of me waffling. My biggest good surprise, this is the one everyone who's predicting this is probably going to be saying this, because it would be a big surprise if he performed. But it's his home Grand Prix. I've gone with Daniel Ricciardo. He's had a very slow start to the season, not been great. But I just have a feeling, home Grand Prix vibes, maybe this will be the moment his performance starts to improve. And we can start to see the real Ricciardo a bit more. Obviously, that's not going to be particularly easy, because he's probably not the driver he once was. But he's still very competent, and I think he can still deliver on his day, and today's going to be one of those days, I reckon. Well, not today, but you know what I mean. My stinker of the day, what did he have to do with his stinker of the day, considering how poor it's been? I've gone with Pierre Gasly. It's going to be another shocking race for Alpine, I reckon. The thing is, a part of me thinks Esteban Ocon's going to score a point. That's why I put Gasly here. I just have a really weird feeling Ocon's going to bag a point. Gasly won't deliver, and yeah, he will be the stinker of the day. He'll be a long way off his teammate, but the car will be absolutely nowhere still. Ocon will overperform, probably because of some chaos in the grid, and Gasly will probably be about last. He might not even start, but he's from Saudi Arabia, so who knows. Moving on now, driver of the day. I don't think I've given driver of the day to this man yet, but he absolutely deserves it today. Well, he doesn't, because we haven't seen the race yet, but I have a feeling he's going to absolutely deserve it in this Grand Prix, because I have a feeling this could be one of the largest margins of winning we've seen yet. Probably not quite as big as Bahrain, but I think pretty bigger than Saudi. Driver of the day, Max Verstappen. If Ricciardo bags points, he might get it. If Ocon bags points in an Alpine, he might get it. I have a feeling Max is just going to be so good, he has to get the award. He's going to win by like 20 seconds, and you can't not get driver of the day when you're winning by that much. But it's not just going to be because he's winning by that much. It's going to be Perez is going to be a long way behind him. I still think Perez will probably finish very high up, but I just don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Perez. I feel like this is going to be the race, I'll say it now, where he finally falls a little bit behind Max, because he started the season really well. I don't think he can keep that up. But yeah, linking very closely to my driver of the day, Max Verstappen. I've also given pole position to Max Verstappen. I don't think that's really a surprise either. I mean, Max getting pole and driver of the day are not crazy predictions, really. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be a very, very interesting one, but one that is going to end in a pole for Max Verstappen. And ultimately, I'm gonna go straight to first. I don't normally do this. A race win for Max Verstappen. Second for Norris. Third for Piastri. I'll get them in there. Perez will not finish on the podium. It's going to be a double McLaren podium. McLaren are going to have pace, and they're going to compete with Red Bull. They're not going to beat Verstappen. Verstappen will win by 20 seconds, but Perez will not perform on the day. It's going to be a bad race for him, and he's going to finish probably down in 4th, 5th, something like that. Still think he'll get solid points, but I don't think he'll be on the podium. So yeah, that is what I've gone with, which is, I don't know, I feel like this track, Australia, and the next track, Japan, are probably going to be much better tracks for McLaren compared to Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, where Ferrari were a bit faster. I think these tracks will definitely benefit McLaren for it, but more so. Aston Martin, I think, might be a little bit slower here. Mercedes, I think, could honestly be terrible here. And yeah, that is going to be interesting. But as I said there, Mercedes could be terrible here. And that links to my final prediction, which is my one crazy prediction. I have said Mercedes in the Australian Grand Prix will be outscored by Racing Bulls. Yep, that's what I've said. That is what I've said. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. I'm guessing Hamilton doesn't get points. Russell gets limited points and gets outscored by Ricciardo. And Ocon's also got to get points. But he doesn't necessarily. Gasly could still be stinker of the day just by finishing last. No matter where his teammate is. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of waffling here, but those are my predictions for this Grand Prix. Thanks for watching. And goodbye.